Hello.
Hi there.
Okay, so obviously we figured out our setup and then we realized ki we both don't like hot seats.
It's difficult to sit in. It's like too much attention.
So we decided that we want to do a more informal setting and so we have come to arrive to this. So
It cannot get more casual than this then.
yeah, hopefully it reduces the pressure of being in a hot seat.
I agree.
Okay. So I thought before we start, I think we should quickly do a segment of, why we are doing this, who we are. So why don't you start with who you are?
Okay, I'm Akshari Prakash. I am been born to a great parents, and my father is an ex-army officer, and then he was in civil services. My mother has been one of the alpha women I've been born to. She herself has been educationalist all her life, and because of her, that's what we've been brought into. With that family background, with my great grandparents, my mother, everybody, and all the three women in our family, three generations, have been working. I'm the third generation who's also working, all the women here. So yeah, that's an inspiration in itself for us. What I do right now I am a director of two schools that are being run in Muradabad, and still navigating my way through. And these schools, one of the schools was started by me and my sister around in 2016, and a school before that, another school was established by my mother, and before that another school was established by my grandmother. So you can see it's been women making a difference.
So this is about your career life. Tell us a
Yeah.
little about what you like to do, what are your hobbies, passions.
Okay, I live like every day is gonna be my last day. So कोई regret ना बचे कि कल ये रह गया करने से. ठीक है. So if I have some hobby, some passion, something I'm driven to, I do that. I took up off-roading. I love cars. I generally say I love the horses and the horsepower. Right. They both get me like, wow. So I do off-roading. I do like to recently I've developed a love for polo. Okay, thanks to you. So horses and the horsepower, there it goes. Then I do dabble. I'm a traveler. Like every year, 1st of January, you ask me what's your life plans. I can give you an itinerary which I have to complete in this year.
Globetrotter Pro Max.
Yeah, I try to. So all my attention, savings, and everything and planning goes around what I have to see and what I have to experience. It's about gathering memories and experiences and then living it whenever you want to by closing your eyes.
All right, and what life stage are you in currently?
टेक्निकली लोग इस टाइम तक मेरी एज में मिड लाइफ क्राइसिस में पहुंच जाते हैं. That's what I've been told by my friends. But I hope I'm not in midlife crisis right now. I still feel I'm 18 years old, still growing.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right. Hello, Akshay. Nice to meet you.
same here, Bhavna. Lots of love.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Bhavna. So, Akshay and I have known each other since our advertising post graduation days. Clearly, she set out to do PR, I set out to do copywriting. Both of us are not using any of those skills. I think she's using them in her
Bhavna, you're
school.
also using it. I
Okay,
mean, not in in one way, but you are also using it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we work together. We have lived together. We have cried together. We have tried to kill each other. I think we've been through all life stages. So I think that gives us pretty much a lot of authority over how people behave and what we are supposed to do, what we should not be doing to
And let's
ourselves and to each other.
True that. But I want to know more about you, Bhavana. People not need to know more about you.
Okay. So I am 37 this year. I am a motorcyclist. I dabble in a lot of digital art. I also do a lot of writing. I write a medium publication that pays a little. And apart from this, I'm currently consulting as a digital marketer. And yeah, what else? I'm a defense officer's daughter. So obviously, like her, I have also very well traveled and across the country. A lot of experience in meeting people, talking to people, understanding POVs, a lot of openness to, speak and interact and, make friends quickly.
Also live in uncomfortable situation comfortably.
Oh yeah, defense teaches you that, right? Because you're made to do everything by yourselves. Your parents teach you how your survival tactics, self-sufficiency tactics, things which should be taught very early in life. Because otherwise, I've seen a lot of people struggle.
Majorly struggle.
Yeah,
Throughout their
so-
lives, actually.
Yeah, and I think that is how we arrived. We wanted to do this.
Exactly. I mean, we figured that there are things which we have dabbled into and
Yeah.
figured our way out. And there are a lot of people who still, I mean, cannot figure it out.
Or at least they take time to figure it out or find ways to figure it out. And
And also that fact that we also at times need to figure it out. Ki what were we thinking then?
exactly, exactly. So everything from life skills to spirituality, women's legal rights to, how to be self-sufficient, how to pull back and really reflect on yourself, especially as women. And we thought that lots of times it has happened to us that when we are having these conversations, they get a little poetic and anybody around literally just sits down and speaks. So we thought, okay, let's do this for the greater good. All
And
right.
let's go with it.
Yeah, and we'll just go with it. It's not like a structured conversation, but at least we want to take it somewhere.
Done.
So, okay.
So, Bhavna, I will like to start with one of the things which has been running in my mind. Among all that, among who you are, where you are, and everything, one thing also plays a very important role
Okay.
in what has been your life journey like. And let's talk about. I know it's a very sensitive topic, and that's cancer. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think we've not really talked about much about it. We've tried to navigate our way around it, not directly jump into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
let's, for a change, let's jump into it.
All right.
So please do tell us a little bit about your cancer journey.
So I was 32, 33.
Yeah.
And going through my divorce when I found out I had cancer. I went on a hunch. I used to think, when women get their periods or before their periods, they develop sensitivity around their breasts or their underarms. Your lymphatic glands tend to like slightly swell, and it gives us a little discomfort. And my grandmother had in the lockdown passed away. I lost both my grandmother and my nanny. So when my grandmother passed away, she previously had developed cancer for very different reasons. In her time, she had skin cirrhosis, but she was given the most strong steroids. But it manifested in cancer eventually, and she died of cancer. She died because of relapse of cancer. So when she died after a few months, I really thought about the fact that, what if I have it? Okay, because there were clearly a lot of signs that a lot of things she had, I got her genetics.
Okay.
Good, bad, ugly, all of them. So I went to a doctor and I just told her that, there's this underarm lump I keep getting and I want to get it checked. And during the lockdown, I thought even if I have to get it operated and removed, we were working from home. So probably the best time to get it done. So I go to this doctor and she asks me how old I am. And I tell her I'm 32, 33. And she says, have you ever gotten a breast exam done? And I was like, no. So she's like, just because you're in this age, why don't you get like what is that test called?
Mammograph.
A mammography done. And come back to me. So obviously the focus area was this, but she said just cover all of this area as well. And I went to get that done very simply. And fortunately, nothing came out here. But we caught something on my right breast, right next to my nipple. And it turned out to be cancer. It turned out to be not benign, but a malignant tumor. And then they immediately told me that by the looks of it, it is already basically evolved. So that I should basically get it immediately operated on and taken care of. So that's what happened. I was rushed into surgery. They said just to be safe, they did an operation here. First, they did a lymphatic test from here. They wanted to see if the cancer had spread to the other parts of my body, took out lymph nodes from here. And then obviously they took out the tumor from here as well. And with margins, I had a great doctor, Dr. Khandelwal, Rohan Khandelwal. And I just got lucky with my doctor. We got a second opinion as well. But as soon as some of my family members found out that, it's Dr. Rohan Khandelwal, they said blindly just go for it. He's a great doctor, great academic as well as a surgeon. So I just went with that recommendation. And yeah, like first I got operated on, and then I was given very tough life choices.
That.
And suddenly I was told that I will have to go for chemotherapy and radiotherapy. And before I do that, if I ever want to have kids in the future, I should probably get my eggs frozen. So friends, this is
Interesting.